Welcome back to the catch-up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch, and look who is back, fresh off her win on Friday night. It is Cris Cyborg. Cris, how are you?
I'm great. I'm happy, excited. We have amazing weekends. And happy to be here again, James.
Yes, it's good to catch up with you. So much to get into, but got to remind our audience to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate all the support on the show we've been doing here every Tuesday. And also, big shout out to all the co-hosts who filled in over the last couple of weeks. It was great. We had Rafi on Stotts from the hospital last week. I mean, we're pulling out all the stops here to do the catch up. But let's talk about you, Cris. Huge win on Friday night. Last second finish. I loved it. I thought it was great. How are you feeling just a few days removed from that big win?
We train really hard. It's something really been working. It's a patient. I think people see a little bit about patience in the last fight. And, I feel great. I always think about, I have 5 rounds to finish the fight. And, I know, people know the same in 5 years, James. Like, you know 5 years, Sam. And when you start, the people say, you beat him, Leslie Smith very fast last time. How do you think you're going to beat this fight? 5 years, I'm a different fighter than before, and then, I feel like patient, time to see she's feel better too, you see his handler. She's tough. She's a tough girl. And I'm very happy, excited for the fight.
Now, I noticed you wore a Larry Bird jersey to the stadium, but I know that you also support the Lakers. So what's the deal there? I gotta get the scoop.
Okay. So we always like to support the legends.
Yes.
It's not about Celtics. It's about the Larry Bird.
Okay.
So, because I was fighting with the green, and the green represent hope. I know it's a lot of people lost a lot of members of the family with the COVID thing, and then I choose to fight with the green, represent the hope for people have a hope, things gonna get better, and God gonna heal it in hearts. So we say I'm gonna fight the green. So let's pick one legend for you can give one support again, and then because I use the jersey for the Larry Bird. And have the Sue too, the Sue Bird. She is competing basketball. I don't know if you saw the shirt, the girl, too.
Yes, no, I've heard of the name for sure. Yeah, so
yes, and then I use the jersey to her too. She's into college in Connecticut. She's 4-time NBA champion. She is 4-time, I think, Olympic champion. So I use the shirt to her gold. It means her, the basketball. She's legend too. She's continue fighting. She's one of the best in basketball. So nice. I love to give support. I think it's nice to remember, the people did look great for sport.
That's good. Okay, yeah. Glad we cleared that up because I was kind of wondering, but that all makes sense. I think that's awesome that you were able to do that.
Yes.
You mentioned, 5-year difference between the last time you guys fought. What, if anything, surprised you about Leslie in this rematch? You obviously got the win, but I'm sure there were some things in there maybe you weren't expecting.
I saw she's really tough, but I see the relation with her and then her coach, Gilbert, it was very nice because I was listening to both corners, my corner, her corner, and I see they're very connected, I saw them put a lot of time together training, I told Gilbert, he did an amazing job with Leslie. She's really, you see the fight, she's really frustrated after the loss because, but happy, but she's did great. And I'm nicely put a great show together, she's really together. We didn't put show very nice. People love to watch the fight, and you don't find a lot of girl stuff like her. She did great.
And you're always making history, Cris. You're the Grand Slam champion. You've broken so many records in MMA, and you also competed on what looks like the last card without fans. How cool is that? That the next event looks like Bellator's going to have some fans.
I'm very happy. After the fight, we did a Zoom party. Mm-hmm. People sign up in my website, the Zoom party with the fans. It's nice. I miss the fans. It's nice to have the energy of them. They love us because the fans, we are who you are, then follow us, support us. It's nice you can return a little bit fans. And I'm excited, I hope the next one be there and then fighting for with the fans.
And it seems like Cat Zingano might be next for you. I know that's a name that's been floated around. Is Bellator giving you any indication that might be your next fight?
My manager work on, but I believe it. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. Let's see what side Cat and her manager too. But it's gonna continue. Prepare and then little rest and start to train again. And I'm excited. If it will happen, I'm ready.
It was a really big card. There was a lot of other fights on there. The other fight that people were talking about, obviously, Valerie Loureda suffering her first professional loss. And credit to Hannah Guy. She went out there and had a great game plan. What did you think of that fight? And what advice would you give to Valerie? Because I know it's always tough when you get that first pro loss.
Some points she's very young. She knows she has a lot of things to learn. I think after one loss, you learn a lot of things. So what are your priority? It's MMA. It's hard. You have to a lot of discipline. But she's young. She's doing great. She's going to, for sure, she's going to back to the gym different than the one before.
Yeah.
Happiness ever fighter. I lost my first fight. My first fight I lost. But I said, man, I love this. I'm going to continue. And I stay 14 years no lost. It's time, but you have to see the bad things happen for one good reason. So for sure, she's going to learn a lot from the loss. And congrats to the girl. She beat her, probably she's worked really hard too. And nice game plan. I don't have the opportunity to watch because I was warming up for my fight. And I don't like to watch the fights when I'm ready to my fight.
Interesting. Have you always been that way? Do you never watch fights when you're getting ready? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
I stay in my locker room, but I don't look at the TV really. Because sometimes you see somebody you know and they lost, and then I want to change my energy. So I just stay focused on me. But after I saw who's win, who lost, but it's a learning lesson for everyone, But for a good way. Let's see the positive way, and soon she come back, return better, and getting better and get the win again.
The other fight that we had on the card in your division, Leah McCourt taking on Janay Harding. Leah McCourt getting the win. It was an up kick and then a triangle submission victory. Do you think there's a possibility we'll see Lee and you square off in the cage one day?
For sure. She's my division. I'm really happy our Bellator because I have the whole division. And I see a little bit about the clip that fights crazy. And it was nice, it's people like to watch fights like finish that way. And she's Leah continue doing good. What's the next line is fight for the title. It's just have to be prepared, keep you working, training, and be ready when she be there for fighting.
Some other news, someone we've talked about on this show before, Miesha Tate. I heard in an interview, the interview that you did with Miesha on her show, that Dana White blocked a fight between the two of you in Submission Underground. How surprised were you by that? I mean, it has nothing to do with the UFC. It's crazy.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but he's the one to shout out. He don't want this to happen. But she's have a couple fights more. She says no end of the line. No, she can have the opportunity to do this fight in the future. And she say she's really would like to do, but they don't let her to do. The story. They don't want nothing to do with Cyborg. I'm the one rock inside their feet, the White's feet.
Yes.
But I believe in future maybe defenders would like to watch.
Yeah, and to be clear, it's obviously Dana blocking Miesha from competing against you. You're obviously with Bellator, it doesn't matter. And also, Dana did this to George St. Pierre. You saw this, I'm sure. He was supposed to box Oscar De La Hoya, and he blocked it, which I thought was a little bit interesting, too. So you're not the only one, Chris. It seems like Dana has a few issues with some other fighters, right?
But no, but the thing is like you have to, the fighters you don't have forever. Mm-hmm. We have to use every moment the opportunity we have. Who it is for the lead to one opportunity somebody has.
Yeah.
Like, your manager and you decide one thing is good for your career. Supposed to let it go, let it to do. It's like, they don't help the fighter. They're going to make extra money, extra publicity, extra marketing. It's going to be better for her. I don't know, but, it's, but I'm glad I'm free this. I'm free, it's, I don't have to be ask anything for him for do anything,
Right. Yeah, you can do your own thing. We talked about the featherweights in Bellator. There was a featherweight fight in the UFC last week. Did you happen to see it? Norma Dumont and Felicia Spencer, your one of your last opponents in the UFC. Did you happen to watch that fight?
No, I didn't watch the fight, but I hear good things about the fight. The Brazilian Norma, she did great. And then I was the girl supposed to make it on 35. She's I think missed a weight a couple times. The UFC make 145, she fight 145. Let's see what's going to happen because I think it's the last two girls 145 over there.
They have no fights booked. I mean, we talk about this all the time. There's no other featherweight fights booked. Megan's not with the UFC anymore, so we'll see what happens there. I think that might be the end of the division.
Probably both they're going to drop to 135. or they're going to release them.
Well, I talked to Felicia. She can't make 135. So, and I think that was the last fight on her contract as well. So we'll see.
So,
maybe Felicia might come over to Bellator. We'll see, because I don't know what her options are at this point. I know she wants to stay with the UFC, but they got to do 45 fights, right? We just haven't seen
it's
it.
very sad, because Felicia should fight for the title.
Yeah, I know.
2 times. This is crazy. And then now it's sad. But, in Bellator have the whole division, and, we're going to invest their division. I always believe this division. And they're very nice, Felicia saying, man, I'm going to drop. I'm going to keep my division. It's nice point. I think she don't let the people go inside her head. But if you'll be able to do, okay. But if you're going to touch your health, you have to be happy. And nice point, because I always fight for our division too.
Yes, absolutely. We got to do our Portuguese saying of the week. Figured, you just fought on Friday. If I was in Brazil speaking some Portuguese, how would I say, let's watch your fight on television? How would I say that?
Como
eu
faço
para assistir
sua luta.
Kind of got it. So como, okay, let's start with the first part again. I think I got it. It's como
eu faço
para assistir
sua luta.
tua luta. Close enough. Okay, get that. Sorry, say that last part again.
Como eu faço para assistir sua luta. Sim, sua
there
luta.
we go. Close enough. I think you'd probably know what I meant, though, if I was to say it like that. So we'll see what happens. But before we get out of here, a couple things. First, where are you right now? I see you're in the car. Am I getting you after practice, or where are you headed to?
Okay, I have a lot of things I had to do after the fight. I was getting busy. I went to the podcast, Rafael Cordeiro.
Oh, nice.
You say UG Talk?
Yes, UG Talk. Okay.
OG Talk. And it was very nice. And I do a couple things, and then visit, go to Cobrinha. I went to some place. And this week, you're going to relax a little bit, be with my family here around. And next week, is return, slowly returning back.
Yes, and maybe do more karaoke. I saw that video the other day. You doing the karaoke.
I know. I hope the people don't sue me under the music.
Right. That's true. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw, I interviewed Verdum during PFL, and I brought up the video you guys did, and he said he really enjoyed it. So maybe we can do a part 2 of that. You and Fabrizio Verdum.
Yes. Verdum is very nice, my friend, and I'm very happy, that the last fight they changed the results, they have some upset time. The guy tap, don't tap, but I'm glad he has everything.
Yeah, they fixed it. You don't see that too often in MMA where they change a result, so good for him for getting that fixed, because his opponent did tap. You could see it, right?
Yes. And then if you tap, you nothing can do. It's good for the sport. If you tap, you tap. But I'm happy he's in Brazil now. I enjoy the family too, and it's very cool.
And it's very cool to have you back, Chris. Thanks so much for doing this. Just want to remind our audience again, check out CrisCyborg.com. Sign up for the premium service. You get the Q&As every month. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, so really excited about that. And you can follow me on Twitter, @LynchOnSports. Chris, I'll give you the last word like I usually do. Anything else you want to plug before we get out of here?
No, I always forget. We're going to have our next event, Nação Cyborg, Fights 8. It's going to be this Thursday.
Oh,
the
perfect.
Wednesday is going to be Wednesday. And you guys can watch the fights on my YouTube channel. It's going to be live in my YouTube channel Thursday. Don't miss that. It's going to be very nice. We will invest in this, give it the opportunity for people in Brazil. Be after a huge, big event and give it support to the people. And then we're doing the Grand Prix 135. To the winner is going to go Bellator.
That's right.
This event is going to be the second event. And then the next one is going to be the finals. So, guys, don't miss that. You guys are going to like new face. Maybe going to be Bellator, the next champion.